Welcome to the Hollywood Outsider, an award-winning weekly entertainment podcast on film and television. And we are actually off this week. But what we are going to do instead of a normal episode is give you a little taste of Patreon. You know, on every episode of the Hollywood Outsider, you hear us ramble on about Patreon. Well, now we're going to give you a sample of what you can hear on Patreon. Because once a month, we do what is called Bad Movie Night. That's part of our monthly offering on Patreon. It's an exclusive podcast that we only do on Patreon, where we take a movie that critics or audiences didn't like for whatever reason, but we actually enjoyed. We've done Basic Instinct, Heartbreakers, and of course, Bad Boys. And our next movie is Batman vs. Superman. That's one we're doing for the month of March. But we wanted to kind of flash back. We're pulling from the well, as you will, the old time machine on Patreon, and we're going to play Bad Boys here for you in a minute. So you can get a sample of what we offer on Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/The Hollywood Outsider. That's patreon.com/The Hollywood Outsider. That's patreon.com/The Hollywood Outsider. Go there if you want to support us. You'll get instant access to the content and whatever tier you sign up for. There's also a monthly bonus episode where we talk about stuff we would not normally talk about on the show. Now, we're a lot more candid, a lot more saucy, if you will, on the old Patreon. So you'll hear a lot of stuff that you might not hear on a normal episode in our podcast feed. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode where we're talking about Bad Boys. It's actually from January of last year when Bad Boys for Life came out. We decided to tackle one of the greatest and also worst cop movies for various reasons, because they're not great cops, but I love them. They're hilarious. And we kind of talk about all of that, as well as Mr. Michael Bay, the director. I hope you guys enjoy this. This is our Patreon exclusive podcast, Bad Movie Night, where we cover a movie once again that we happen to like that other people tended not to, for whatever reason. Hope you guys enjoy it. Again, if you want to sign up, patreon.com/The Hollywood Outsider. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week. Talk to you soon.
Get out of the car, man.
Shit. The fuck?
Me and my team, we've had a big week, so just get the fuck out of the car.
Damn. What do you win? $350? I bet you a big Popeye chicken eating motherfucker, ain't you? Hey.
Get the fuck
I
out.
always got to get the big, thick motherfuckers. The car now. All right. Okay. Let your way. All right, hold on.
Now this is some funny
Shut up.
shit. Let me tell you how bad a day you're having. Right now, you're jacking a couple cops.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm a stand-up comedian.
And I suck.
That's why I need your car.
Hey, look, now I ain't no Wesley Snipes. I just hang out with stupid-ass friends that drive stupid-ass cars that attract a lot of motherfucking attention.
You know what? I need to jump over this car and smack you in your peasy-ass head. That's what I need to do.
Bro, you know what? You're arguing over motherfucking french fries.
It's not about the french fries. It's
man.
about your lack of respect for other people's property.
Hey.
Shut the fuck up!
That shit is stupid.
Shut up!
Out there.
Hold the fuck
Put a
on!
cap in it.
All right, now, you want something bad enough? Come get some. You like that shit? Wesley Snipes, passenger 57. Now give me a motherfucking handy wipe. Now let's hear one of those jokes, bitch.
All right, it's time for Bad Movie Night. This is our bonus show for Patreon supporters. It takes a look at movie that critics or fans didn't care for that we think actually might not be such a bad movie. And in honor of Bad Boys for Life. We're talking about Bad Boys, man. What you gonna do? So this is Aaron Peterson. Joining me is John Davenport.
Hey, Aaron. I am a bad boy for life.
You don't sell it very well. Amanda Sink.
Hello.
Oh, we're gonna do it on Patreon, huh? We're gonna do hello.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so weird.
You guys get the special introduction. I don't know. I was getting a lot of hate for the hey. So here
Really
we are.
hate? It's hate.
I mean, did you really get a lot of hate? I think the only hate you got was from Aaron.
That's
I
true.
kind of applauded you for being a
You
little bit
did.
different.
Oh, my.
And no listener has listened to it yet, so nobody could hate on it yet. So really, where's all this hate coming from?
Just Aaron. I am very sensitive and I take his criticisms to heart.
Man, watch where you're
Stop
swinging
it.
a dead leg. All right, well, this is Bad Boys. This is a Martin Lawrence stars as Marcus Burnett, and Will Smith stars as Mike Lowry. Two Miami cops trying to bring down a vicious group of thieves who stole a ton of drugs from the Miami PD. Right under their nose, man. There's one witness, and Tia Leone's Julie Mott. For some reason, she only trusts Mike, and they pretend to be each other to fool her for no reason other than it's absolutely ridiculous. Also, This is Michael Bay's first feature film, which means a lot of glare, lens flare, cars, hot chicks, shit going boom. It's excess. The movie is excess. So I got to ask you, well, two things. One, did you guys realize this was so long ago that Martin Lawrence was credited ahead of Will Smith?
No, I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it?
There was a time when Martin Lawrence was more popular than Will Smith. True story.
That just sounds insane to me.
Hey, man. You know what? I realized rewatching this, Martin Lawrence was funny as hell in this movie.
Heck yeah.
Just trying to get some quality time.
The whole scene where they get on that dead body, he's like, huh?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Man, I'm coming back to that scene because I got a problem with something in there. I got a big problem. But I'll come
Me
back
too.
Whoa, wait! Don't spoil. Don't spoil. All right, let's give you some deets on the old Bad Boys. First up, it was a $19 million budget, made $141 million worldwide, and launched all of their careers. Yeah, everybody wants to say Independence Day. No, believe it or not, Bad Boys actually got Will Smith going, and it got Martin Lawrence going more. Just so you know. In terms of the Rotten Tomatoes score, 42% of critics like this movie. That means the rest of them did not. So this is a rotten reviewed movie. The audience score, 78%.
Yeah, because they can appreciate comedy.
Yeah.
It's still, even for like what the usual thing is, that it's like the audience score goes, that's still kind of low.
It's way better than the critic score.
That's true.
And it's still way low. It should be a 9, 90, 95.
I was going to say a 9 is pretty low.
I freaking, no, 9. Well, yeah, and I guess 9 would, you're right.
9 out of 100.
I got it. I got it. You corrected me. You won. Let this battle begin. Trivia. A little bit of trivia about Bad Boys. The role of Michael Lowry was destined for Arsenio Hall until Michael.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Until Michael Bay caught an episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and he wanted Will Smith instead. Hall turned it down anyway and cites that choice as the worst mistake he has ever made.
Yeah.
True.
And also for this movie, the two leads were originally intended. The goal was to have Eddie Murphy and Wesley Snipes play these two.
Oh, man.
Seems like a dream pairing. You saw Dolomite. It seems like a dream pairing. Looking
Yeah.
back.
Oh my
that would've
God.
been
I need
so
to see that
good.
movie now.
You haven't seen Dolomite?
No, I need to see Wesley Snipes and
Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy do this movie.
Watch where you're swinging a dead leg.
Like, who would be who? Who would be Mike Lowry and who would be Burnett?
Lowry would probably be Murphy, I think.
That's a tough call.
I think either one of them they're interchangeable in this
Realistically, they could be, yeah. But that's where I would put Eddie Murphy.
Wesley Snipes is the cool guy. Like, I could see him more Mike Lowry than I can Marcus Burnett. Eddie Murphy is the family guy. I could see him playing the Martin Lawrence role more, probably. Either way, that would have been a fantastic flick.
Yeah, I really need to see that movie now.
Let's make it happen. Let's fund it. Can we Kickstarter? Can we throw a Kickstarter together and get Netflix to pay for this or something?
I was going to say, I mean, if we do it for them, do you think they'd sign on?
No.
Well, now that picture from the filming of I Am Dolomite, when it had Wesley Snipes and it had Eddie Murphy and then Martin Lawrence and Will Smith all together on the screen in the same picture, now that has even more power to it.
That's a great point.
We should just randomly share after this episode airs, like 2 days after, just randomly share that photo, put no commentary, and only the Patreon supporters will understand the significance.
Done. Remember that, Amanda. That's your job. Because I won't remember. All right, more trivia. Director Michael Bay didn't like the script, and actually he called the script shit at one point. Fun fact. And he often engaged Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in discussions about how the dialogue and scenes could improve. He often allowed them to improvise while the camera was rolling. So he secretly told, this is true, or this is something in a behind the scenes thing. He secretly told Will Smith to call Martin Lawrence a bitch before the car scene. So that whole two bitches in the sea scene was improvised because Martin Lawrence was pissed that he called him a bitch. As was Martin Lawrence's comment when Tia Leone called him gay.
Wow.
We'll just wrap up.
Imagine having a job where your intention is just to
We're
get
just-
two people riled up at each other.
We're just two balls dragging the fuck along. We'll be two bitches in the sea. Yeah, that's a great job, man. Just like get these two pissed at each other. That sounds like a fun day. Real quick, my question: did you guys like the first or the second one better? I don't know if you don't have to watch the second one for this, but I'm just curious if you remember which one you like better.
I think I like them about the same.
I was gonna say I don't think I remember liking one more than the other. What about you?
I think I like the first one more. It's just a little bit looser, and I really didn't like the villain in Bad Boys 2.
That's fair.
I really just didn't like him in Bad Boys 2, but they run over corpses in the second one, and that's pretty fantastic. Like they're throwing corpses at him, like that would ever happen. Look, we got movable roadblocks. Okay, and they just keep running more. That's pretty funny.
Cut to 30 years later when Michael Bay is just throwing bodies in the road just for the fun of it and 6 underground.
That's a callback, man.
Funny.
That's a callback. The film's production was extremely grueling for Michael Bay due to script problems. Like I said, he called the screenplay, quote, a piece of shit. And the budget, and that's coming from Michael fucking Bay. Okay?
I know, right? Right?
That is saying something. Budget limits that often meant Michael Bay would only get a single day to shoot action sequences that would have taken 4 days on more lavishly funded projects. He actually sacrificed part of his salary so a key sequence during the film's climax wasn't eliminated. He gave up money for that.
That's actually really cool. I got to give him props for that.
Dude, Michael Bay is the shit. I don't care what anybody says. I love Michael Bay.
I mean, sometimes his work is literal shit, but it's still fun to watch. But
well played. Well played. All right, according to Michael Bay on the DVD commentary, he had a fight with Will Smith over the ending. 3 days before they shot the ending, Will agreed that he would say, "I love you" to Martin Lawrence. The day they were about to shoot the ending, Will changed his mind and didn't want to say it. Michael Bay fought with Will for over a couple of hours about why he should say it. By the end of the fight, in complete frustration, Michael told Will that he didn't care anymore because he only had 15 minutes to shoot the ending, and by this time, he didn't have an ending. He wasn't given any additional days or at the time of the filming. So when the scene was shot, Will finally says, "I love you" to Martin, and that shot is what appears in the final cut. And
wow.
yeah, if you listen to it, it's actually a really funny story.
What a waste of time also.
See, this is back when men were very beholden to the machismo.
Yeah.
And they're worried, like, the whole being called gay comment and everything. Like, all that stuff just doesn't happen in today's movies, but that was a thing in the 90s.
Yeah, now you
true.
got guys who are straight cuddling with each other just for the fun of it now.
Yeah, progress.
Look, we're not judging what you and Aaron do.
I'm willing. I'm open. Are you open? I'm open.
I'm a little spoon.
So this is the best part, because there's a lot of different iterations of Bad Boys where it almost came together and then fell apart. This is true. The original title for this movie was Bulletproof Hearts and was actually written originally for Dana Carvey and John Lovitz because they were very popular at the time.
Oof.
Producer Don Simpson arranged a trip for the actors and him to go to Las Vegas to celebrate their upcoming work. And Dana Carvey was so horrified by the notoriously wild Simpson that he withdrew from the project altogether, sending the film into turnaround and causing the rights to go from Disney to Columbia Pictures.
Wow.
I don't like that title at all.
You're missing the really important part of this whole story.
I mean, I know, I get that, but it just really struck me, and it's
Guy, we're gonna make a movie. You and I are gonna make a movie, John Lovitz, but we're gonna go meet the producer Don Simpson, and he's gonna party so goddamn hard that by the end of the weekend, I can't work with him. That dude does cocaine off of strippers like I've never seen before.
Right.
I can't do it. I gotta turn millions down.
He's a Saturday Night alum, and he's like, that was too much. Oh, sorry,
is
Saturday Night Live alum.
Well, apparently he was a Saturday Night alum as well because they partied on the weekend and it was too much for him. He just couldn't do it. What a great thing. Okay, Bad Boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
1425.
Damn. You know what? I must have left my wallet somewhere.
Freeze, mother bitches!
Don't you move. I'm not understanding. I really don't.
Shut up!
I mean, do you just attract violent people?
Fuck up.
Take it easy, all right? We are police officers.
We're not police officers. I'm not stupid. I know.
What are you?
I've seen police.
I'm gonna reach for my badge, okay?
Badges? You want badges, mother bitch? I give you badges. Here, 99 cents each. I sell you some.
He got 8 fucking badges. I told you this cop thing don't work.
I blow you. Then I blow you.
Blow me? What the fuck now? Hot me? That's
I'm
all
from the
right.
Middle East. I killed before. I kill again.
Fuck me, please.
I'm gonna
Hold
blow
on.
you.
Hot
Oh,
me.
you hold on.
Do you see the fucking emotion I'm going through right now? That means the shit is serious, okay? That means me and this motherfucker's not vibing right now. That's what that shit means, okay?
You
And
got something
we-
on your chest?
I got something. That's what the fuck I'm
Do you
saying.
want
Some
some?
of me? I
The
want
guy's
some.
got a cannon.
What do you want?
Do you want some? I want some. You want some bad enough, then you come get some.
Wait. Hey, freeze, bitch!
You freeze, bitch.
Oh, shit. I'm fucked.
Now back up, put the gun down, and give me a pack of tropical fruit bubblicious. And some Skittles.
All right. What makes the
John
movie so
didn't sing with us.
John doesn't give a shit. What makes this movie so notable? John?
What doesn't make it so notable? You have a buddy cop action flick that the two leads on screen have so much chemistry and fun that it's hard to take your eyes off of them. You've got explosions and you got everything the beauty and color of Miami in the backdrop. I mean, everything about it just works.
Yeah, I think that this is really from the chemistry between the two leads and the humor that's there. That's what I don't care what the story is about. I don't care what they're
Well,
doing.
That's a good thing because there
Yeah.
isn't one.
Yeah, exactly. I just care that these two continue being super cool, really funny, getting on each other's nerves in a fun way though. That's the type of relationship that when you go to a movie and you just kind of want to let go and let loose and just have a good time, that's what this is. It just makes you feel a little bit better.
I think they did a great job of setting it up with the titty strutty at the beginning and getting you into the mindset of like who these guys are, because you've got Martin Lawrence who just beats the shit out of the biggest guy on the planet, and Will Smith who, is just looking cool while he takes down Tig. That opening set the whole movie up as, look, this is it's a buddy cop movie. It's meant to be funny. These two just play off each other because that whole scene is ridiculous. They're having a whole argument over fries and his Porsche and spilling. Hold the fuck on! Hold the fuck on! And they're just arguing back and forth like an old married couple. And it just set the whole movie up perfect. I loved that opening and what it did to create the partnership right off the bat. And what I found was like, especially looking back, they're a great team. Like they play off each other very well.
It felt very natural to me, their relationship, and they, especially knowing how much they've how much they improvised in the film, that makes me more confident in their relationship as partners, as actors together, because it just felt like I was watching two friends that they love each other at like deep underneath the surface. They love each other, but they also love to argue and kind of piss each other off a little bit.
Does it strike you now you're watching it like 20, 30, whatever, 25 years later, whatever it is? And do you still feel like, yeah, that's a Michael Bay movie? Like, can you tell watching it? Wow, that's a Michael Bay shot. Wow, that's Michael Bay. Did you guys get that vibe when you were watching it?
Oh yeah, that's every 5 seconds. Getting out of the car. I don't know why we have to be on the ground looking at the person getting out of the car, but okay, it's Michael Bay. The wind being blasted at somebody so that their untucked button-down shirt that's blasted open for whatever reason. Yeah, all of it, Michael Bay.
It's the level of extremism. Like everything has to be super dramatic for no reason, just to add flair or something. And really the female element that he includes in his films and his directing style with that always seems to, all right, we're watching a Michael Bay movie. So.
Like because the girls are half naked? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, just the way that
it's Miami. It's hot.
That's true. That's true. You have to be half naked there, and you have to look at them from that angle. It's the only way you'll really get an understanding of who that individual is.
That is absolutely true.
I
I lived in Miami at the time this movie came out, or around Miami. I know exactly. I mean, to me, I was like, "That's a Tuesday. That's her Tuesday outfit.
That's a Tuesday."
I mean, the skirt goes to about the palm, like just above the palm of her hand. That's a Tuesday outfit.
One thing I love, and I noticed this, like, especially because in hindsight, I've seen it in so many of his movies now, but the pan up, the slow motion pan up when the stars are exhausted or they arrive or whatever, they're done running, that shot where the camera pans up and they're just exhausted and winded. Whew, they're trying to look all sexy. And I just got to point out, like, Will Smith does, Martin Lawrence just looks really tired. But
it's just so dramatic. Everything is okay. But yeah, that's funny. I didn't even think about how unattractive Martin Lawrence looks.
And Will Smith didn't want to wear, Michael Bay wanted him to be shirtless, and Will Smith demanded that he at least have a shirt on, even though it's unbuttoned the entire time. Like, okay. It's so weird. Actors, they're weird. But that's what he wanted. What did you guys think about the friendship between the cops and the other cops? The Hispanic cops in the actual police house.
It seemed natural to me, like the fact that they kept on throwing racial slurs at each other, and it seemed like they didn't like each other for whatever reason, but at the same time they had each other's back. That seemed natural to me.
Yeah, I guess that didn't really approach me, but I can see now in today's world, maybe not.
Fuck today's world. And we're talking about this movie, God damn it. And back then it was great.
I know.
Racial harmony.
But I'm just saying, like, that's something where it's still, I don't know if somebody who is younger and didn't experience this atmosphere, this world of how films were made and how the dynamics and relationships and friendships, and people would kind of rag on each other, but they still loved each other and they didn't mean harm by it. I don't know that somebody that hadn't experienced that could go back and watch movies like this and be like, oh, ha, 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 ha. You know what I mean? But I still, haha, this great,
And that's the problem with woke generation, man, because this shit is still funny. I'm still laughing because I hate to tell you, that's how people talk. That's how friends talk to each other. They say the meanest shit. Whatever is the meanest thing possible. It's probably
dudes do. Yeah.
What do women talk like? Hey, your hair's great. I mean, what do you guys say?
Women don't say mean things to each other in front of each other.
They do it behind their backs?
They do it behind their backs. Hopefully not my friends. I don't really hang out with catty women, but especially when you get a large group of women and they're around each other a lot, they're not going to be confrontational. They're just going to talk shit about each other when the other one's not around.
Wow,
so
you guys are mean.
Dudes are very like, I'm just going to tell you how it is, but I love you anyway.
It's not even, I'm going to tell you how it is. It's just whatever we can do to make each other laugh or get a rise out of each other. It's not really how it is.
You know how men are? This is how men are. If you ever watch Saturday Night Live at the end of the year? I don't know if you guys ever watched that show.
The end of the year? No.
Yeah, like the very last episode. Colin Jost and Michael Che always do this thing where they write each other jokes. And they basically, Colin Jost, and they don't know what the jokes are until they actually read them on the show, live on the show. And whenever Colin Jost writes them for Michael Che, they're like STD jokes. So he's reading them and he's basically just saying, I have STDs. And whenever Michael Che writes them for Colin Jost, they're always like racial jokes, basically painting him as a racist. That's how guys talk to each other.
Yeah.
Just mean things. And apparently a woman buddy cop movie, according to you, would just be like a bunch of, oh, you look great, Sally. And then as soon as Sally walks away, that bitch is such a slut.
Did you not watch Mean Girls?
Well, I would hope that they would grow up at some point. Man, the buddy guy. No wonder all the good buddy cop movies are guy, except for Heat. They're all dude flicks because, we just poke fun at each other and laugh. God, it doesn't have to be serious all the time. The wife thing. We've got a lot of, like, here's one thing, and Lethal Weapon does this great. A lot of buddy cop movies get this wrong, where they don't really have a family dynamic. Here you really get one. You've got Marcus's wife involved in the movie. Were you happy with that dynamic? And they even have a very jealous thing where he's worried Mike is going to go bang his wife while they're living this double life.
I really hated this relationship.
Which one? Which part?
Teresa and Marcus. Like I found it so aggravating and annoying because he's jealous his wife's gonna bang his best friend, and when she sees the two of them on the camera in the news, and they she discovers that her husband's been hiding at Mike Lowry's house with this woman, it turns into like she wants to get a divorce or whatever, or she leaves him, or on the verge of, but then all hell breaks out. All because, I don't know, we can't just stop and be like, oh, I trust my husband, or I trust my wife, or I trust my friend. All these relationships on that side of it is what's wrong with the 90s as far as relationships are concerned.
Can I sidebar real quick?
Oh boy.
I just realized that I mixed up their names. It's fine. It's no big deal. So I was just thinking about my Eddie Murphy comment and why you were opposed to it when I figured you'd be on board with it. And it's because I met Marcus and not Mike.
I'm actually fine either way. Whichever way they went.
I know.
I just want to see that movie. I don't care.
Side note, I don't know why I mixed their names up, but.
So you thought Wesley Snipes was Eddie Murphy and vice versa?
What?
You thought Wesley Snipes was Eddie Murphy and vice versa? Or you thought...
No, she thought Mike Lowry was Marcus Burnett. And
Marcus
Burnett was Mike Lowry.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Which the movie gets really confusing because they mix it all up in the movie too. So it's okay. She's supposed to be confused, just like his wife was, or the girl was, or everybody in the movie was. I don't know.
Can we talk about that? Why? Why is that a plot device that goes longer than 6 minutes?
Did you time it?
No,
it was so dumb.
I'm saying
it was like half the movie,
and it should have been. Why? Once they come together, couldn't he just say, "Look, I've been pretending to be him the whole time, just so you would relax. This is actually him. I'm sorry I misled you." Da-da. Why not come clean? Like this whole idea that we got to keep up the charade and I got to go live with your wife and everything else was as much as
so extreme.
It was funny, I guess, but it was just like the dumbest plot point ever in a cop movie. It's dumb.
Yeah, there was just so many opportunities where like, okay, we could fix this now. And instead it was like, okay, we're going to just use this to complicate matters further because we don't have our own natural progression to make interesting turning points. So I agree. It was ridiculous how long it went on for.
It's almost like, well, because we want to have Marcus get jealous that his best friend's going to bang his wife. So basically the two people in the world you should trust the most, you don't trust at all.
Right. And, I had the same problem with that.
And then you've got this witness who you're constantly leaving alone, so you're not even giving her real protection. She's just basically letting her dog shit all over Mike's house. And there's no sense in it. Like this could be rectified in a 3-minute conversation. 30-second conversation. By the way, that's Mike Lowry. And then you're done.
Right.
You're done.
And then Marcus is getting some good quality time with his wife, and there's no stupid thing where she's like, I gotta go. And then all hell breaks loose. It's like none of that moronic crap happens.
But you wouldn't get the moment with the bellhop, I guess, which was, that was fun.
Are we talking about the things we don't like? Does that mean Aaron's going to bring up the pain point?
No, we're getting a pain point.
The pain point in the body scene.
Oh, well, we'll come back. We're almost there because I have one more thing that I did like a lot.
Oh.
I have never found Tia Leone attractive. I don't know what.
Except for in this movie.
Except for in this movie, she's ridiculously hot. Only Michael Bay can do it. That's what I'm convinced of. Because I've seen her in a ton of other stuff, and I'm like, none of those movies do I find her that attractive. Here, I'm like, God damn, Tia Leone. Am I wrong in this, John?
I 100% agree.
It's got to be a Michael Bay thing.
Probably, but I also don't think she's like super hideous. I think she's pretty.
And I don't. But in this movie, she is. like she would have to, like if we dated right now, I would demand that she looked like the Bad Boys character. I'd be like, can you dress up like her? Can you just basically look like that character?
That's basically what Sarah Jessica Parker is like with Hocus Pocus.
Agreed.
It's like you have one. I don't know what happened for this movie, but
very true.
Yes, very true. Every other movie is like Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, don't be that mean.
I'm sorry, I got a cold. That's a cold. I'm cleared up. I'm good.
Oh shit! Yo, please catch that motherfucker. He shot me.
Shot you, he shot me.
You alright?
Fine, just had a little run-in with your friend Jim Brown over here, but I'm fine.
He steals our shit, kidnaps Julie, shoots at my wife. Oh, we beating him down. We beating him down. Marcus, I just got one question for you, bro. How the hell you gonna leave my ass at a gunfight to go get the car?
You have got to shut up and let him drive, okay?
Seemed like that gunshot wound has improved your driving skills. You got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in a court of law. Yo, man, what the fuck are you doing? Get it out the way. Man, this car's faster. This is a faster fucking car. It's gonna be one or the other, baby. It's gonna be him or it's gonna be us. Now that's how you supposed to drive. From now on, that's how you drive.
All right, what doesn't work for you, Amanda? What doesn't work? That's what you want to talk about.
Okay, so you're telling me that even though I know you're in the narcotics department, you go into a crime scene and you're going to put your fingers on literally everything, move everything around. You're not even going to try to identify and retain a single thing in place. You're going to knock the body around like, hey, that leg just hit me. The whole thing is wild. These, to me, if I saw just that scene, I would be like, these are not real detectives. This is like psych level nonsense. And it was hysterical, but it was also like, are they actually dumb?
They
didn't even try.
100% agreed. And I want to take it a step further. I love this movie. These are the worst cops in Miami.
Agree.
They 100% are horrible police officers. They get to the crime scene with the murder guy. Agreed. He's touching everything with his bare hands. And when she says everything, literally everything, the fucking murder weapon, he pulls up the hand, the knife's still in there, the papers, he just pulls the paper. You know, there's probably prints somewhere in that vicinity. And he's touching everything. He's like, well, we're not homicide. Well, I don't really care because you did go to cop school. You all go to the same cop school. And I bet you at least the first 3 days, someone said, don't touch shit at a murder scene, but whatever.
Right. Like if you're in narcotics, there's still going to be a level of homicide associated with that. They're going to give you some sort of background knowledge. Not to mention, have you ever watched a goddamn TV show in your entire life?
No, they haven't.
Where? What?
Well, this was 1995. It was before the CSI effect hit us.
It doesn't matter. They still
established this in 1947.
Yeah, this is like Cop the 101. And not only that, there's more to it, okay?
Oh, God, there's more.
To add to why they're the worst cops in Miami. They don't get warrants for anything. For nothing.
This is my house now, bitch.
I get it. They're under the gun and they got to solve this crime. But let's point out that in the very beginning, Internal Affairs is on their ass. And they go about breaking every law cops are not supposed to break. They don't get warrants for anything. They rough up suspects. They basically torture suspects. They shoot randomly in public locations. They're shooting up in a cafe. They're basically shooting everyone in their way. They're awful cops. Can we agree they are awful cops? They should not have badges.
Yeah, no, they're pretty terrible cops. They need to have those badges revoked right away.
Cosign. How did they even get the badges? Don't you have to take a test?
The cereal box. Mike Lowry probably bought his. He probably got one for his best friend and is like, here, hold this. It'll work. Trust me.
Oh, God. When Amanda brought that up, I just knew that's where she was going because that was a scene. Even my wife was watching. She goes, they can't do that, right? I mean, even back then, they couldn't do that. I'm like, no, you can't do that at a crime scene.
No.
That's a rule. Somebody at some point would be like, why is Mike Lowry's prints all over this table? And I can't stop saying his name like that. Mike Lowry. That's just how you say his name, I think.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't get over that.
Is there anything else that doesn't work for you guys? That's really like my only issues with it.
You know, my biggest problem with this movie was really just the relationship between Marcus Burnett and his wife, and that by the end of the movie, she doesn't trust him, and she's just doesn't trust anybody. And again, he doesn't trust Mike with his wife, and he just wants to get his time. I just found that whole storyline was aggravating, and I don't know, kind of felt like it set husband and wife relationships back a few years.
Well, thankfully, none of it really matters because it's just a light cop flick. That's
Right.
All right. Is there anything that could have made this a better movie, Amanda?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they learned how to be real cops, that would probably help. But
Criminal procedure,
Yeah.
Miranda. Yeah.
what is a badge? I mean, I don't know what they do know, but yeah, I think they just need to go through a refresher training. I think we could honestly host the training for them and they would learn more. But
that would be fantastic.
that would be.
People that watch movies are telling the cops how to be cops.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's comedy gold, and that's really what we're here for. We're here for these two fellas to have a good time, to bring us a good time, to make us laugh, and that's really all that matters.
John, anything that could make this a better movie?
A better script, maybe a little bit of an understanding on police procedure. Only a small one, not too much of one, because I still want to see the crazy gunfights and all that jazz. Michael Bay needs to learn how to put on a shirt, because from the pictures of like the behind the scenes and stuff, all he had was like a wide open denim shirt on the entire time, without anything
What?
underneath it. Yeah.
Really?
Okay, Spears Timberlake, let's just back this up a notch.
Yeah. It was a little crazy. But yeah, those are the things I'm thinking.
Okay, I've only got one big one that would make this a better movie. J.J. Watt is a famous football player. I don't know if you guys know who J.J.
Yeah.
Watt is. And he's famous for a commercial where he said, "You need muscles for muscle shirts." Martin Lawrence needs sleeves because
Oh,
his guns are unloaded. You know what I mean? He's running around with blanks. There's no definition to those puppies. And it becomes apparent about 10 minutes into the movie that why do you have no sleeves? I get it. You're going for that sexy 90s Miami look, but you gotta have guns. You gotta have you gotta have bullets. You gotta have rounds in the chamber, man. You can't just be firing blanks. So there
that's
you go.
a good point.
He needed sleeves. Could it have gotten any worse, John?
Off the top of my head, sure. You mean you could have done the Dana Carvey and version of the story that and called it whatever it was going to be called. It's a whole lot worse then.
Or Arsenio Hall?
Or I don't know. Well, I mean, Arsenio Hall is salvageable. Dana Carvey and John Lovitz, that's not salvageable.
Doesn't that sound like an awful movie?
Terrible.
Yeah. And the title, I agree, awful too. Bulletproof Hearts. What?
Ugh, I don't like it.
Oh. What about you, Amanda? Have gotten any worse?
I mean, if it was unfunny, that would have been a real downer. If the two of them didn't have chemistry, because and we've talked about that at nauseum, but they really do work well together. And so I think if we had two individuals, which Johnny's kind of already touched on, that just don't complement each other and don't know how to like move in and out of the grooves of every scene, then it would probably be pretty awful. But these two landed it, and they landed their jokes, and the comedy was pretty top notch. So.
And some Skittles. Yeah, I mean, my only thing is like the title's Bad Boys. I get it. The only thing that could have made it worse is if they broke the law even more. I don't know. I mean, if they literally just started shooting innocent civilians or robbing stores, that's about the only way. By the way, they also pulled guns on a convenience clerk. Jesus Christ, man.
They're
It's like-
basically criminals.
They are. Like, the only thing they were missing is to shoot some old lady because they got in their way during a car chase or something. They just need to clear the road. I don't know, but that's the only way it could have been really worse.
I feel like I should make a citizen's arrest is where I'm at now.
Can you arrest fictional characters? I don't know.
I'm going to try.
You know, we're having so much fun with the first one. How about the best clip from the second one?
Who the fuck are you?
I'm Mr. Burnett. I'm Reggie.
What you doing here?
Came to take out Megan.
What?
I came to take out Megan.
How old are you?
I'm 15, Mr. Burnett.
Motherfucker, you look 30. Show me some ID.
I don't have none on me.
You don't have no idea. Get your ass up against that wall. What the fuck is your problem? You think you know it all? You little young Thundercats. You got joints on you?
No.
You smoke that shit?
No, sir.
You trying to get my daughter high? You smoke that shit?
Nigga, who that is,
It's
John?
Reggie!
Who the fuck is Reggie?
Came to take Megan out. What you want, nigga?
I'm here to take his daughter out.
What's your name?
Reggie,
Well, no, I heard the motherfucker say your name, Reggie. You taking Megan out?
Yes, sir.
How old is you?
15.
Shit, nigga, you at least 30. This is Mike. Can you fight? You can fight. Oh, you motherfucker, you can't fight. Look at you. Look.
Mike.
No, I want to know if the nigga. I want to know if somebody gonna take
This
my
is a
niece
dog.
out. I want to
This
know
is
if the
a
nigga can
godfather.
fight. Somebody
Okay.
might come say something.
Hey.
The nigga can't fight. She can't go.
This is Megan's godfather, okay? He just got out the joint.
Why you
okay?
putting all my
They call
business
him-
in the street? Why you
They
putting
call
all?
him.
I just got out of jail and I ain't going back.
Listen.
I ain't going back. What's wrong with you? You acting all scared, nigga. You ain't never seen a gun before.
Like, stop pointing the gun at the boy, man.
Nigga, look. Don't you disrespect me
All
in
right.
front of company.
All right, let the gun go off. You don't
Nigga,
have...
you a big old, tall, ludicrous looking motherfucker, ain't you? You rap?
No.
Move,
Hey,
nigga.
look.
Get out the way.
Hey,
If I see
okay.
you on the highway,
Hey,
get
hey.
the fuck out of my way.
Hey, Mike! Now listen, have my daughter home at 10:01. If she ain't home at 10:01, I'm in the car, okay? Lock, loaded, and hunting your motherfucking ass down. Do you hear me?
And I'm
Speak
going
the
with
fuck
him.
up, Reggie.
And if I'm there, you know what it's gonna be? Chitty, chitty, bang, bang, nigga. That's what it's gonna be.
Marcus! Oh, Reggie, baby, I am so sorry. Please forgive Megan's dad and his silly friend.
You a virgin?
Yes.
All right, keep it that way. Ain't gonna be no fucking that night.
Baby, the red shirt's nice. I like that. You guys have a good time.
You ever made love to a man?
No.
You want to?
No, sir.
Poor Reggie. All right, guys. Well, when you're talking about a bad movie, it's easy to trash. It's a lot of podcasts. They focus on bad movies. They love to throw out 5-star reviews, and they use them to make fun of the movie. Well, we don't do that here at Bad Movie Night. So turn it into a positive. Take everything you did like about this movie and give us your tailored 5-star review, John.
Kaboom, Martin Lawrence. Boom, Will Smith. Crash, directed by Michael Bay. Blang, 5 stars.
Okay. All right, Amanda. You're up.
If you want to see the worst cops in history who forgot everything from their training, try to solve crime, booty shots galore, Michael Bay explosions, and laugh a bunch, get your guns and sit in a seat. 5 stars.
Well done. Sometimes when I'm down, I like to watch two overly cocky dudes trade insults and gunshots while bringing down poorly accented thugs and ignoring all legalities in the process. You know what's even better than that? When those dudes are played by Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, directed by Michael BAM Bay, and cast Tia Leone in the only movie she's ever looked hot in. And then slow motion the sexy hell out of everything with a score only Axel Foley could truly appreciate.
Jesus.
If I tell you Bad Boys is worth 5 stars, really, what you gonna do?
Oh, that was good.
Wow, that was a good way to wrap it up.
Damn
at the end.
you!
I'm
You just
applauding-
brought it in and just
applauding
landed
myself.
that Crash plane right away. That was good.
Okay.
I don't know. The words started like going all sorts of different directions at the same time, and I just can't like let them fall out in the order they
You've
felt.
left Johnny speechless and confuzzled.
I like that. And I
Confuzzled.
I wasn't kidding
Isn't that
about the
good
score. We didn't really talk about that, but it reminded
didn't.
me of 80s cop flicks very much.
It was wild. It was something else.
I remember having the tape of the soundtrack and I listened to it in my car all the time. All the time. And yeah, I said tape as an audio cassette.
Those were the days where you had to carry that drawer around that had all the tapes that you wanted to listen to.
Yeah. It was like a briefcase where you had it all zipped up and you're like, oh, that's a good one. Oh man, I can only carry 48. Not like now where you can Spotify the shit out of everything.
God,
That's a
bless
beautiful
Spotify.
development.
I
Yeah.
know. It really has changed the world. All right, that's going to do it. Anything more you guys want to mention about Bad Boys?
Bad Boys for Life coming out real soon.
So
Maybe we
excited.
talk about that at some point.
Probably on the podcast, huh?
Maybe on. Oh, we do a podcast about it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's gonna
We
be
do
pretty
a
exciting.
podcast?
It's pretty exciting. Pretty
I feel a little
exciting.
punch drunk right now.
Where can I find this?
I feel like this feels forced and we shouldn't do that. You know, it feels like right now we are the podcast equivalent of their police procedures. Just poor and mismanaged. So thank you guys for listening. We don't know what the movie's going to be for the next one. So if you want to suggest one, we prefer it's on Netflix. Go look through your titles and maybe you can suggest the next one. for Bad Movie Night. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Just find the post in patreon.com/The Hollywood Outsider, and we will definitely keep that in mind.
Just make sure it doesn't leave in January.
Right? We could do Bad Boys 2 next month. We could just do all of them.
Wild Wild West is on Netflix right now.
I love that movie.
Wait, have we already done it?
Probably.
We did a Remake This Movie Right episode.
Can we do it again? I don't know. That's a great movie. That's unappreciated. Everybody look on Netflix and let us know what you think. And I don't know if we want to do 2 Will Smith movies in a row. I don't know if that's fair. Poor Will Smith. All right, guys, thanks very much for listening. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And remember, critics and fanboys, there is no such thing as a bad movie, just movies that aren't good enough for you.
Also, apparently, Aaron forgot how to end this show. So.
I think he was going to say buy popcorn.
I think it was going to, yeah. Shut up, both of you. What you going to do, really?
Jesus.
I love you, man. Fuck you, Marcus. I do. Yeah, cool. You're my partner. Shut up, man. Slow ass driver. Driving like a bitch. That's
why I got to be all that.
Slow ass.
I'll take me and you off this fucking cliff. Keep fucking with me.
Yeah.
All right? Then it'll be what? 2 bitches in the sea, huh? Is that it? Is that what you want?
Shut up, man.
My wife know I ain't no bitch. I'm a bad boy.
Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come?